Hey guys, so we have the beta sprites that were leaked last week from Gen 4. If you guys didn't know, like a bunch of Sinnoh beta Pokemon beta sprites from those games just leaked last week. So that's what we're gonna go through today. I'm just gonna go through and say my opinion for each of them and probably which one I prefer. Even though they're betas, I still want to judge them fairly with the final version, and I'm just gonna go through all of them and say what I think about them. It'll be a fun time. Let's go. First of all, actually, I'm taking the sprites from Dr. Lava's Twitter page. If you guys don't know Dr. Lava, he's like the Pokemon historian, so I'll link him in the description because he has it nice and organized, so thanks to him for that. So obviously you can see what I'm starting with. We have the Shinx line, and oh my gosh, Shinx is like a little baby, man. I don't know if I like Beta Shinx. Beta Luxio's around the same, and I have no idea why, but I kind of like Beta Luxray. I don't know what it is. It just has something. Maybe it's the like the tamed hair. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I as a whole though, I like the final line more. I just can't take Shinx's baby face, man. All right, on to the next one. Okay, here we have Hippopotas, and there's not really much to say. It's just kind of a regular hippo, and I don't really like that. I like that they gave it more personality, I guess. It was probably more of a placeholder one, hopefully, but I don't know if I would have liked just a regular little hippo. Okay, and here we have Hippowdon, and like, it's basically the same thing, except you just took the colors and swapped them out, besides the details of the face. And I like the colors a lot. I like that they had like more abnormal colors. Like orange and purple is a cool little color set, and I don't know, I'm not disappointed by the final one, obviously. It's just, I would have taken it either way. I would have taken Hippowdon sprite to be either, so I think it's cool still. Okay, next we have Finneon, and I love Finneon. I don't know, it's just a cute little fish. I love Finneon, but I do like the color set more with the beta Finneon. I do like the black, white, and pink, and how I don't know, the fins on the back kind of look more like wings, which is kind of ironic, but I don't know. It just has something different. It looks even more cute with the color scheme that it has in the beta, and I just like that a lot. Okay, Lumineon though, oh my gosh, I love this beta so much. This would have been one of my favorite Sinnoh Pokemon. I know that's like, for me, like Sinnoh Pokemon make like half of my top 20 Pokemon or something like that. So me saying that could be pretty outrageous, but everything from the color scheme to like just the general like the wings, shapes and stuff, it just looks so nice. This would have been such a great Pokemon. Okay, here we go. Here's Cranidos, and I'm just gonna say it. I know a lot of people like this one, or I'm pretty sure a lot of people like this line's betas, but I don't like it. I don't like beta Cranidos especially. I just prefer like the nice more clean sprite of the final one. I know it's like more rugged, and that should be probably how a rock type fossil is. That's a dinosaur, but I don't know. I just prefer the final version of Cranidos. Now Rampardos, oh, I can't believe this one. As much as I want to say I like the final version of Rampardos, I do, but I'm surprised they didn't go with something like the beta, where it's just massive. The move Head Smash makes sense for this. Like, I love Rampardos, and I still like it better than the beta though, but I wouldn't have blamed them if they did something more monstrous like the beta. Oh my gosh, man, I can see why people like it, but it's just not for me, unfortunately. Yanmega, on the other hand, I mean, it's pretty similar, but it also looks more monstrous. Like, it just, I don't know, between the orange colored legs and like the more actual insect colored everything basically, I don't know, I wouldn't have preferred Beta Yanmega. It does the job though, like it would have made sense. It looks like a dragonfly monster, but I don't know, I prefer the clean cut Yanmega of the final sprite. Beta Combee, that's a no from me. Like, I like that they both have the honeycomb aspect. That's my favorite part about Combee. That's why I love Combee. But just the faces, I kind of prefer the little derpy, like 2 dots and a mouth for Combee's faces. It's not that much different though, so it's still good. It's just I prefer the final version of Combee, which is a good thing. The final versions, if the final versions being better is a good thing. It's just, this is still my opinion, I'm just saying that again. Vespiquen, man. I kind of like this beta Vespiquen. She looks pretty mean. Like, she looks mean for both, but she looks like evil in the beta. The purples and like the purple jewel and the red eyes. It's kind of weird because this is like the same like structure and like combination of elements, but it just looks so much different for both. I'm fine with either, but I'd take the beta sprite. I don't know, there's just something about it. She looks like an evil queen. Then there's Togekiss, and I don't prefer the beta really. I know Togekiss's origins are partially an airplane, but the beta just kind of looks like an airplane or airplane wings with a monster face, and it doesn't match Togepi much. Like, it just, for Togepi to go and evolve into that kind of monster, I think they nailed it with the final sprite for Togekiss. I think that was a pretty good final version. I would not have liked if the beta was the final version of Togekiss. Okay, and then there's this. Oh my gosh, man, I can't believe this. When I saw this, I knew, I had a hunch, and I still have that hunch, that if this was the official Gible line, Garchomp would probably be in my top 10 or 20 favorite Pokemon. My goodness, between the color scheme and just like the slight transformations for Garchomp, Gible and Gabite are pretty drastic, but for Garchomp, it's slight transformations and its wing placements and everything, it just looks amazing. I think Garchomp looks amazing like this. I would have easily loved this beta Pokemon so much. Gible and Gabite look good too. I kind of like Gible and Gabite more, because Gabite now kind of just looks like, you know, the regular in-between stage for Garchomp and Gible. It just looks like a smaller Garchomp kind of. But I kind of like how Gabite is on all fours and like it's not as fully developed. Like, final Gabite's more fully developed compared to this Gabite. And I just kind of like that Gible's just ahead. Gible's just a little round boy with a fin. I love it. I love this whole line, and Garchomp would have been one of my all-time favorite Pokemon if this was its final version. I'm gonna really quickly talk about Prinplup. I don't like beta Prinplup. I like that it kind of looks more, no, I can't. I just don't like it for some reason. It almost looks bald. Like, it's already, you know, bald, I guess, but I just like the final version of Prinplup. That's all I have to say on that. Bronzor is more the same. Bronzor is like the most similar beta sprite. So yeah, let's just move on to Bronzong. Okay, now I find this really fascinating that beta Bronzong is shiny Bronzong. I'm really curious for what they were thinking, as in if this beta sprite existed before they even had a shiny idea for it. Like, I wonder what the shiny was going to be for this Bronzong. What, maybe they were just flip-flopped. Like, maybe shiny Bronzong is actually on the right. Who knows? It's the same Pokemon, but it's shiny for some reason. I find that really interesting. And then there's Snover. This is one of those where it's not that different. but at the same time, I just can't. I can't like the beta. I don't know. I kind of like that he's just a little round tree boy in the final version. The purple eyes, or the pink, purple, whatever that is. The purple eyes are a really great touch though. I wish it had something like that in the final version, but I don't know. It does look more like a tree though. I like that. It looks more like a solid whole tree like that. Like it's Beta Snover's body looks like an actual tree stump compared to just it being a round tree boy, but you know, I still kind of like the look of the final version better, so there's that. Now this would have been top tier Abomasnow. I don't know why this is the beta. I think they should be flip-flopped. It's just so weird. Beta Abomasnow has so much detail, and it clearly looks like a humanoid, like abominable snowman type of feel, and I love that. Now, the final Abomasnow is fine because it is what it is. It's still a great abominable snowman, snow tree monster, but I just would have found like the more humanoid one, like that looks like a menacing monster right there. They're both menacing, but I would have taken the beta better. I don't really know what to say about Heatran. It's kind of just, you know, the same. There's obviously things changed about it, but this one could go either way. This one's like the only toss-up, pretty much. The only real difference is that it doesn't have red eyes, and I prefer the red eyes, so that's something at least. That's my opinion on Heatran, I guess. Okay, for Grottle specifically, if you guys don't know, Turtwig's the same. And as for Prinplup, actually, Piplup and Empoleon are basically the same. But for Grottle here, for Turtwig to stay the same and to turn into this Grottle, I kind of would have liked it better. I like Grottle already, so I'm not saying I don't like Final Grottle, but Beta Grottle has its own strong points in that it's already... It looks more like it's developing into Torterra, where it's actually sprouting trees. I mean, Grottle has bushes, but I kind of like that Grottle in the beta has like more of an earthy with actual trees aesthetic. So I guess I would take Beta Grottle over Final Grottle. Yeah, I'd say that. But on the other hand, I would not take Final Torterra. I don't know. I just kind of like the more like turtle, like snapping mouth face thing it has going on in the final version. I don't like that it looks more like a just kind of beast in the beta. It's basically the same. When you look at it, they're actually exactly the same almost. It's just the small details make me like Final Torterra much better. I'm sorry, but I can't take Beta Carnivine seriously. Between just its little tiny eyes so close to each other, and just like the fact that this was more of a like bear sprite with less detail, I mean, it's Carnivine. They had the idea. You can see that Carnivine's basically exactly the same. It's just, man, this one's just funny. I can't take those eyes seriously. It's just like one dot and they're like 3 pixels apart. Same thing with Regigigas. Like, what? I don't know what to say. It's just lanky Regigigas. I mean, if he was taller, just in general, if he looked taller and not so much like wide but tall, that probably would have been cool. But like, yeah, if you had to pick, you know which one you're picking of these two. I think maybe, never mind. Okay, just saying, I wasn't going in any order with this, but here's Shaymin, and would this have even translated differently? I mean, I just kind of think it looks more like a chibi Shaymin, if that's even possible for it being so small. I kind of like that it's round. Like this Shaymin, this beta Shaymin looks like it could actually roll up into a little ball, like a hedgehog. Like, they're both the same in my head. I just think the left one looks, it just looks cuter with the little flower and like this smoothness, but they're both good. They're both the same Shaymin basically. What can I even say at this point? Between Probopass being a literal triangle, his nose being a literal triangle, and his eyes being 2 single pixels, this is like the gray area between top tier perfect Pokemon design and what is this? Like, stop using Microsoft Paint. I just don't know what to think about this one anymore. I just thought about it so much since I first saw it. I have no clue anymore. It's just basically getting a few triangles and a couple circles, and that's it. Okay, here we go. We're down to our final few. We've got the big boys left. But first, here's Rotom. But first, we have to get this out of the way. Would this have even been a ghost type? I don't know if I would have liked just a ball of electricity. It would be interesting, but as for like Rotom's lore, I would not have liked it. I kind of like that they gave Rotom a body and actually had it like some form of vessel as a ghost type. I just a single little ball of electricity with a face would actually technically be not a bad Pokemon. It's just like not Rotom, not for Rotom's case. All right, here's Darkrai. Okay, where do I even begin? Final Darkrai looks more like the Nightmare Pokemon, but Beta Darkrai looks like the anti-hero. Like, he looks like, I'm sorry, but it's the color scheme. He looks like the Shadow the Hedgehog of the Pokemon franchise. Like, he's a good and a bad guy at the same time. Like, I kind of love it, but I kind of love both. So I don't know what I would want to have done with this beta. I want to see it return somewhere though. I don't know how that could be possible, but that's how much I like this beta. I love both of them though, because I really like Darkrai. Alright, I know I should probably save Arceus for last, but what? I mean, it's a placeholder for sure, but can you imagine if they actually refined this design and something like this with a little more detail was the god of all Pokemon? It's just amazing. And that this also has, like, if you look it up, this also has all of the types for the plates. It also has different colors for the types it could be from the plates. That is just phenomenal. It's just, I would love this as a Pokemon. To be fair, I would love this as some other Pokemon. Just some like blob form thing that can have every type, but not the god of all Pokemon. I'm sorry, like, I love it, but the real god's on the right. And here we go. This is what I saved for last, because Giratina is my second favorite Pokemon of all time. But when I saw this, I just kind of was speechless. This is basically the only one. This one has like a more thought out, more complete idea that is completely different from the final. Like, where in the process did they just scrap this and completely make Giratina out of nowhere? Because they couldn't have had that much time, right? I wonder how long they were going to make Giratina this chimera, 3 jewels on it for some reason, 6-legged beast, lion-looking, flying lion beast. To be fair, I love this. I love this so much, but I wonder if it really would have fit as Giratina's position. I love Giratina, so I would not have wanted this beta to be Giratina, but I want this to be some other Pokemon in the future. I would be so happy if they brought this back for some other Pokemon inspiration in the future. Okay, so that's where I'm going to end it today. I just have no clue how to process these. Some of them just raise so many what ifs in my head. And I love some of these, but I also just don't like some of these. But it's always fun to see new leaks and beta sprites and the ideas that they would have had instead of what we got. It's just so interesting, and I really hope some of these might come back in the future. I mean, who knows? Maybe the attention that they brought with the leak could actually raise some awareness for Game Freak, and they can actually make some Pokemon out of them again. But who knows? It's all up in the air. That's the fun part about this speculation, this discussion. So that's gonna do it for me. Speaking of Gen 4, we're doing a randomized platinum playthrough on this channel. If you haven't checked that out yet, please check it out. I'll put the last episode here, and I appreciate if you like this video, if you subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I love Pokemon, and I have other Pokemon gameplay and stuff on here. You can also find me on Twitch. My Twitch will be in the description. Again, Dr. Lava's Twitter will be in the description because that's what I'm using to view these sprites. Until next time, have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.